Hi everyone, welcome to another one of my Breckwell Pellet Stove Controller final test videos. This evening I have David's Breckwell brand pellet stove controller. David sent it to me because he noticed that when it stopped working, he inspected it and he found a lot of burn damage in the area around the connector, and sure enough both sides of the circuit board were badly burnt through, and some of the connector pins were not even making contact anymore. That is something that I've seen on a number of Breckwell boards, so it's not totally out of the ordinary, but I'm sure it's concerning to the owners, and since getting these boards is difficult, I do try to make a repair on them that is long lasting. But that means I have to do some rewiring of the circuits depending on how badly the board is. So in this case, I wound up replacing the connector itself, and I did some cleanup work, resoldered or added solder to some of the lands, and added some wires to join some former connections. I also had to remove both switches to clean things up and bring everything back to good condition. So I'm ready now to do a final test on it, since I know it's all functional again. So I'm going to back the camera out a little bit. I'll reposition myself and we'll go from there. So let's zoom out a little bit and see if I can see the tester in place. I'll zoom out a little bit more. Look a little too much. No need to go that far back. All right, about right there should be good. So what we're seeing now is David's controller. Obviously, David sent it to me without the faceplate and without the switch stop on it and without the push button, and actually without the control knob. I added my own control knob since turning that switch is quite difficult without it. So during testing, it's possible that I might go beyond the max position, but that doesn't do anything other than go back to the original position. So I'll try to keep from doing that. My tester has 3 lights on it that simulate different parts of the furnace. One of them is the combustion fan, one of them is the convection or room fan, marked in red, and the last one is marked in yellow, and that's the auger. So I've got power on to my test fixture. I'll go ahead and turn on the controller, and when I do, because my tester does not have any thermal switches on it, or the exhaust switch, they're both bypassed, the combustion fan will come on, and so will the convection fan. So there we have it. Both of those are now on, and excuse me, both are on, and we're not in automatic mode because the green light at the top there did not yet come on. That won't come on until I press that switch. So there's a couple things I can do right now. I can test the auger to see if in manual mode it works. That's by pressing the momentary switch, and sure enough, it does work. The other thing I can do is I can press on the high-speed switch for the convection fan, and you notice that the intensity of the light went brighter. That would mean that the motor would be running faster since it's getting more power delivered to it. So I'll put it back to low. The other thing I can do is I can rotate the switch over here from minimum to BCDE max. BCDE max. So we can see that the light intensity increases, which is an indication that the motor would change speeds. On this controller, like I say, on many of them, the D, E, and max positions on this switch are all the same. They're all hardwired together on the circuit board, so the light intensity or the motor speed will not change when you go to those positions. It will affect the timer and cause the auger to drive more pellets more often. So we're done with the manual testing. Let's go ahead and press the auger button here, and that will cause the green light up here to come on, and the timer will start. And because I'm in a low position, it will take about 30 seconds, and then we should see this green LED come on, and with that the auger drive will happen and the motor should drive. So let's go ahead and press that, and there we see, it's difficult to see, but the green LED is on. Let me back it away a little bit. The green LED is on and the timer is counting. So we're about 15-20 seconds away from this LED coming on, and at the same time we should see this light come on. So let's keep an eye out for those two things to happen at the same time. There it is. So we saw the green LED come on, and we saw the auger simulator light bulb come on, which means that everything there is functionally correct. So we'll go through another cycle of that so you can catch it. I'll say this, on some controllers the faceplate may not have the hole to let you see that LED. Some faceplates it has the hole. I don't know which kind of faceplate David has, but if you can't see the light come on, it's possibly there isn't a hole there. So that's something to check for. You might even want to drill one when you get the opportunity if you measure things out correctly. Alright, so the next thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and rotate this switch, and I'll go to the D position, B, C, D, E, and I'll go to max. And we'll see that when the auger drive comes on, it will stay on longer. And there it is, and notice that it's staying on longer. And when it goes off, it'll be off for a shorter period of time. So it should come back on here real quick. Instead of having to wait 20-25 seconds, there it is, it's back on. So we're seeing that the controller is fully functional and is functioning correctly. David, I want to thank you for sending me this controller. I appreciate it very much. When you get it back, use caution reinstalling everything. Just remember that the lock switch, there's a key for this switch right here. It needs to be in position 6 so that you have 5 rotating positions. Number 6 becomes the lock. So you'll notice there's a ring with a small tooth on it. That tooth needs to go into position number 6, which is approximately right here. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you install that correctly. Otherwise, if you don't get it right, you'll get more positions on the switch which do nothing, or you won't get to the max. So that's why the switch position 6 is what's important there. Otherwise, everything is functioning great, David, thank you so much for sending it to me. I appreciate it. And all you other viewers, feel free to subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave questions below, and I'll try my best to answer them in a timely manner. Thanks. Bye-bye.